way I should go, one way or the other? Scotty one or Scotty
they're
one?
interchangeable. It's all interchangeable.
Same dude, different situations.
Yeah. You can pick a new one every week. It's all good.
Oh, and look at that. I have the wrong background on there. So let me fix that while we're talking. But what are we going to talk about today?
Today, it's going to be 4 types of promotional videos for your business, especially with like small business. I think it's something that small businesses either they don't know what to approach, which way to approach. Each type of video has a specific purpose, and each video helps you either grow your audience or your customer base, help eliminate fear for potential customers. There's a lot of scam type stuff going on out there. So being able to build that authority as a legitimate business and give people the peace of mind to want to go with you, or pick up the phone and give you a call for a consultation or whatever it may be. And also just to add some personality, add some a personal touch to your digital footprint online that helps people understand that you are people. Yeah, that's what everything is. It's about products. It's about people, and that's what it boils down to.
I think COVID has been an awful and wonderful thing. I mean,
there's always silver linings, right? You can
100%, like silver linings all day long. And I think one of the things that people are starting to realize in business is that you have to be creating your own content. Good morning, Terry Mercy, and my girlfriend from Vermont. You have to be able to create your own content, and you also need to be able to think of yourself as your own creative agency.
You have to. I mean, especially when if you don't have the budgets to source it out. I mean, a lot of us small business people are we're wearing 10 different hats each and every day, and we have no choice but to take on these things ourselves. And that's one reason why we essentially why we started the Video Lab, right? Like, we wanted to help folks out there get the information and point them towards resources and tools that we can help them perform this side of the thing, which has become such a critical part of getting your brand and business out there and recognized, and so you can scale and grow and and get more customers in through your funnel. And so it's daunting. It can be daunting, and it can be overwhelming. And even for me, I mean, it's for my clothing brand, it gets overwhelming still, and that's what I do for a living.
It's almost super flippin' easy. So like, usually what I do is I do a tickler video before my Relentless Talk Radio episodes, but I'm going to do a tickler video right now and show people how easy it is, right? So here I am on my phone. I just went ahead and said right now on the Video Lab, on Relentless Talk Radio. And I'm going to just go ahead and hit live video here. Hey guys. So I'm over here at Relentless Talk Radio. I'm going to flip my camera. There's Scotty Warren, aka Scotty Yang.
Hello.
And what we're doing right now is we're talking about the 4 types of promotional videos that you can create yourself to help build your brand on social media. So, there we are. Here I am doing a live video. This is not rocket science, right? So right now what I'm doing is a live video on my personal profile, letting people know that we're on our business, on my business page, the Relentless Talk Radio, doing the Video Lab, talking about 4 promotional videos. So that's what we're doing. So, hey guys, just tune out of here, go over to Relentless Talk Radio and tune in. If you're a business person or you're trying to grow a brand of any kind, we're going to talk about the 4 types of promotional videos that you need to make, and you can make on your own, like super easy, like I'm making this one. So just click out of my personal profile and go over to my Relentless Talk Radio profile. See you later, guys. Take care.
Boom.
So simple, all right? And I stumbled. I wasn't clean. My camera was crooked. I did everything wrong. And you know what? I bet you will have another 5 or 6 people tune in today because of that.
And that's awesome. And what's great is what's so cool about doing a live video is people understand it's live. And so, it doesn't have to, the expectation of knowing simply that you went on Facebook Live allows you that freedom to make those stumbles and stuff, as opposed to when you have something that you're trying to make it a little bit more polished and slightly more produced looking. Obviously that doesn't, you lose that effect with something like that. So that's the beauty of going live.
I love Facebook Live.
Authentic.
I always tell people when they come on Relentless Talk Radio, just pretend you're having a cup of coffee with me in a cafe. You wouldn't think about how's my hair look if we were having coffee at Tris Cafe.
Or if you have an ugly mustache on your face, right? Like,
and there's and trust me, people are going to watch your video unless it goes viral, which is like happens once in a flipping blue moon, right? People are going to watch it, they're going to forget about it. So, I mean, don't take yourself so dang seriously, right? So we're talking about 4 types of promotional videos. So the first one is intro video for authenticity. So there you go. Good segue, right? So what's an intro video?
Well, so this is what we're talking about when we're looking at an intro video. And this is something that may live on your website, as well as something you post, or maybe you add a little ad spend around on Facebook or Instagram and that sort of thing. It's that general awareness. You're trying to get people to overcome that fear of like, am I being scammed? Is this a legitimate business? And that's kind of what you want to show is, the overview of what your business or brand is going to be. And, it may include some text, may include maybe some simple graphics on top of it, clips of the office, clips of your team working, or if you're a solo, some, clips of you working and doing your thing. You might want to throw in a couple things of your product or your service as well, depending on what type of business you are. But that's something that every business should have somewhere on within the presence, whether it's social or on the website and so on.
So I always take notes. I learn every single. So one of the things I'm going to do is the next time we do a video, I'm going to video us doing this video.
Boom. There you go.
We're working on a Relentless Talk Radio video right now. So that's a good thing. So I'm going to take a video of me doing a Relentless Talk Radio. So I got a little to do here for me to do.
So we're going to do a video of you doing a video, video.
Yeah.
Talking about video. That's perfect.
Why not, right? I mean, so that's cool.
That's funny.
And I think that one of the things I learned the most when I was at Social Media Marketing World a couple years ago now in San Diego was authenticity is king. So get out of your own dang way and so there's 3 things that came up. One was, oh my God, I have it to do, right? Let me write that down. Number 2 is get out of your own dang way. But of course, number 3 went poof.
That's all right. Well, listen, like your introductory video, I mean, it should be very simple for you to do, because that's where you're going to showcase your passion for your business or brand. That's where that's become easy to any business owner.
This is number 3. The other one is that's not, and I love you for saying that, because you're a new business owner and you've got a real clear vision of your business. But there's 2 types of business owners. There's a new one that's not quite sure what they're doing yet.
Right.
Okay. There's a one that knows what they're doing, knows why they're doing it, knows their mission is completely on point. And then there's a third kind, which is someone that is maybe rebranding or has been doing business for a while and they forgot what their point was. I think that doing video is a really great way to it makes you either video or doing a real serious social media marketing campaign where you're thinking about, okay, what are the top 4 things I want people to know about me? Right. And when they come to my feed, you're going to see something about philanthropy. You're going to see something about entrepreneurism. You're going to see something about health and fitness, and you're going to see something about art and fashion. You're going to see those 4 things across my entire life, right? Because I really thought it through, and I think video gives people an opportunity, and a social media marketing campaign generally, to really look at their brand and what they want people to be seeing about them. What is your brand? And so it's easy if you know what your brand is, you know what your mission is, but if it doesn't, you might have to backpedal a little bit and say, okay, if I'm doing an intro, what the hell is it that I am doing?
Right, absolutely. And that I'm so glad you brought that up, because that is usually when I talk to that very first, consultation, when I talk to a potential client, and you're probing them with those types of questions. What, give me 3 descriptive terms that describe your business. Give me, what type of tone do you want your brand to have? Like, does your brand have that sort of thing? And you'd be surprised, especially with like the smaller businesses, sometimes they haven't fully like fleshed that out, which is fine, right? Because when I'm helping them navigate that. And I love being able to ask questions. I've even done that with Heights. I had my brother-in-law helped me with the branding of that, and he sent me what he normally sends a client through, and there were several things in that I just really haven't put a lot of thought in yet, and that's great because it made me flesh that out more, and I developed a much more fine-tuned branding objective from that.
And as you're talking, I'm thinking like, so you and I and Brandy Lawson are working on a new membership-based opportunity for people. We've just started to do the work now. And I was thinking as you were talking, and I'm putting a little note to myself here because that's what I do, right? We're going to do some worksheets for people to get to prepare to do video. So everybody stay tuned. We're going to be doing a little bit of a very low cost membership base. And so the things that we're talking about in both the video lab and digital evolution, which is happening on Thursday, on the second and fourth Thursday at 9 a.m. in the morning, we're going to be creating worksheets and workflow and adding additional speakers and adding additional value to get you kind of ready to go do what you're going to do, right?
Yeah. So you spend less time reinventing the wheel and coming up with stuff, and spend more time using the templates and frameworks and swipe files and whatever it may be to just get going and get that. You're
basically piggybacking on 3 Uber geeks activity.
Basically.
We are super duper geeky. When we were having our meeting yesterday, I'm like, wow, geeks unite, holy shit, right? So. Oh, so funny. So the next kind of video that you want to do is an authority video. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, and I believe in our last show we briefly touched on this, the authority video. This is something like, okay, well, here I'm a fairly new homeowner. We bought our house in July of 2018. Okay, and if you know me, anybody out there that knows who I am, this is really weird. Like, in terms of manliness, I am not your guy. Okay, I can't fix a damn thing. All right, but it's really weird. If I'm on set, if I'm on location filming, I can jerry rig a camera onto anything, no problem. But when it comes to fixing an automobile, fixing anything around the house, I'm not that guy. So what do most homeowners do when they have something breaks at home and they don't want to pay a service guy outrageous, to come fix it? Is I go to YouTube and I look up how to unclog my drain, how to fix this, how to fix it, how to change the oil in my car, right? So as a business that may be doing something in that space, a service type industry, plumbing, HVAC, car mechanic, there's a whole wide range of things, right? How-to videos. That's how you're going to build authority, is because people will see that video, they will watch it, you will help them fix it. It could be as short as 60 seconds, depending on what type of fix it's going to be, right?
Right.
And through time, by being able to build a library and catalog of those how-to videos around your business will help you build that authority with potential consumers. And then they're more likely, when they do need to call someone, that they're going to call you because you have built that trust and authority with them.
I started to do some how-to, 5 steps to 3 steps to 10 steps to whatever about 6 months ago on my profile, just kind of creating structure around what I was already communicating pre that, but by saying, 4 steps to blah, 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 people kind of know what they're going to be listening to. So I started to do that about 6 months ago, and I found that my followers and my comments have gone up a lot. So that's kind of cool, right? To become an authority. So the third type you're saying is a product video, but no hard selling, which is, let me tell you, can I get on the soapbox for a second about people?
Go, do your thing.
Okay, people, I'm talking to you people. Look, I'm you people who are reaching out to me on LinkedIn and saying, hi, I'm so-and-so. I've never spoken to you before. Here's my widget. You want to buy it?
Oh my gosh, I know. Dude, I know.
Stop doing that. I have.
Since when did LinkedIn become an advertising platform? That's what drives me nuts. It's gone away from what its original, vision was supposed to be.
It just, I mean, I'm okay with you pitching me, okay? But
Right.
get to know me first. So like nothing's like someone pitches me like, hi, I'm a social media expert. Would you like me to take over your social media? And I'm like, dude, have you read my profile? I mean, just take a second and look at my profile and see who it is that I am and ask me something about what I do and tell me something about what you are, who you are. And you wouldn't walk up to someone at a cocktail party and say, hi, I'm Michelle.
Right.
I have a video show. You want to buy sponsorship? Like you wouldn't approach someone that way. It's so unnatural. I think it's super interesting how people approach each other. Like stop that.
No, and what you're explaining is essentially.
Say it again.
I'm sorry. So what you're saying is, I mean, you're saying it's exactly what people shouldn't be doing. It's a courtship.
Oh, 100%. And it's the same with the video too. Like you don't want to say, hi, here's my thing, buy it. Unless you're like Cadillac, where you've got a really strong brand and, hi, here's the Cadillac and it's, $54,000, 0% interest or whatever.
Right. Well,
that's a different story.
Even those brands don't, they still focus on the features and they still focus on the things that lead you to your after state, right? The before and after state. We've mentioned this before, right? Like this is your life before you have my service or product, and this is your life after. And there's a journey between there and that gets into that after state. And that's what you want to kind of focus on, especially it's a little bit touchy right now about that. But when we're talking about like product video, we're talking about highlighting those specific features that make your product unique, right?
Brady Busby has tuned in and he's commented, he said copy and paste. And I think that there's definitely times in your life where you can copy and paste, but you have to personalize. You can have a format. So if you're creating a video for a product, you create a format, okay? Right. Or if you're creating a text for to just hit 20 prospects right away, create a shell, but then personalize it to that person. But the copy and paste thing, whether you're just doing a generic looking video or you're thanks a lot, Brady, for your comments, or you're creating something that where you're trying to communicate with people. It's important to make sure that you're being original.
No, absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely, you want to set yourself up for efficiency, right? By creating that framework, but it's a loose framework because you do need to be specific based off of that particular item that you're trying to feature, right? And you want to be basically the idea is to give the potential consumers or the audience out there a glimpse of what that product is, what it does, the specific features that make it unique versus maybe other products. But you're not hard selling like buy. No, you're just showing them what the product can do so they feel comfortable when they do decide that, hey, I do want to purchase this, or
and this is the problem that it solves. Over and over again, when I had my salon back east, it's one of those most powerful moments for me. And if you've listened to me before, you probably heard the story. But I had a stylist who had Mrs. Smith in her chair, and Mrs. Smith had super like hair like mine. Okay, I mean, for me to get my hair this straight, it's work. Okay. I need the right products. I need the right hair dryer. I need to know how to pull it. I mean, it needs a lot of work. I'm Italian, right? So she, after the client left, I asked the stylist, my God, we have this really great product that would totally solve what she's struggling with. And why didn't you offer it to her? And she said, well, Mrs. Smith can't afford it. And I went, oh, that's not good. Like you don't shop with your own wallet, number one.
Right.
Number two, don't insult Mrs. Smith. You have no idea what Mrs. Smith can and cannot do, and it's none of your business to judge one way or the other. But number three, and this is what brings me to where I'm feeling with this, what you're saying is, it's not selling, it's problem solving.
Yes.
And I think sales and product promotional stuff gets a bad name because it's sales, right? And sales has some, because the Willy Loman, dirty salesman kind of thing, right? But everybody is a salesperson and everybody is a buyer. And what is sales? It's solving a problem. So whether it's dry hair or it's getting news out there about your business or it's getting you from point A to point B or whatever your product is, it's been created to solve a problem. So when you're doing a promotional video, you're talking about its features as it relates to solving people's problems.
Yes, exactly.
Like, why would you buy I have a Vitamix in my new place.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love the Vitamix. I mean, it's it's like a turbo, I'll never buy another normal blender again.
Yeah.
Because it chops up the ice really great. It's really smooth. It cleans really great. It's got super power. I can put vegetables in there and it makes it smooth. And it solves my problem of cleaning the blender, getting it to the right consistency, and having to work too hard to get my shake the right way, right? So that's my problem. So when you're doing a promotional video, you really want to highlight the features as it solves people's problems. Because then people will say, oh, my blender broke. I think I'm going to buy a Vitamix.
Right. Exactly. Well, and and they also have, and it's backed up by reviews. I noticed that Brady made a comment about, does this translate to nonprofit? And I personally, I do believe that this does translate to a nonprofit.
100%.
So what's the product of a nonprofit? Well, then the product is the specific projects or services that you're doing for the community. So if you have like what is it? Homes for Habitat for Humanity, for instance, right? So their product or service is maybe they had one specific housing project that they helped out with for their community. That would be your specific product or service. And so you would just feature some of the highlights from that specific project, how you helped that family. Maybe it involves a little bit of a backstory of how that family has fallen on hard times. That's kind of the idea of how something like that would translate to.
Let me tell you something. One of the organizations that uses video really, really well, I'm going to tag Pam Gaber on this afterwards, is Gabriel's Angels. They do a big breakfast every year called Unleash the Love. And they have huge video cameras on, and I'm going to introduce you to her, by the way, because she's amazing. They have huge cameras in all four corners of the room. Yeah. And every segment is a story. It's being told on the video about a service that Gabriel's Angels offers, which, by the way, if you have any extra cash, toss it in Gabriel's Angels area, because what they do is pet therapy for children. And it's the videos are like heart-wrenching. You must get your checkbook out before you're done eating. Okay. So Brady, thanks for the question. Absolutely. This is the same. Your product is the service that you offer, as opposed to the widget that you're selling. So the last thing we want to talk about is the personal video, the personality video, which is my personal favorite.
Which you do, and it's something you do very well. Absolutely, 100%. You do very well.
I let people know just what kind of nut job I am every day. Yep.
It's absolutely authentic, and there's a lot of people that can relate to that. And
hot mess.
There's a lot of hot messes out there these days. So we and this is kind of what you would see, like your Facebook lives, your videos that you post on your Instagram and Facebook feed, those sorts of things. And then that's a personality. This is a great opportunity for the businesses or brands out there to do a Facebook Live or do a standard video and post it to your feeds of,
especially now with stories, both on Instagram and Facebook.
Stories are huge right now.
Huge.
Just to add a little bit of ad-libbing of the day-to-day life of what your business and brand is doing, right? And that's really great because it gives them a peek, and that's super authentic because it's happening right then and there. It doesn't feel polished. It doesn't feel overly produced and that sort of thing. And it's more whether it's video or even just images. It's just a great avenue to get and connect with potential customers.
People want to do
you are a real person.
People they connect with. And I'll tell you, one of the most powerful videos I ever did, and I've told this story before, but it's just the truth. It was when I had my gallery in Carefree, and we were stripping the glue off the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was miserable. Like misery. It was 4:00 in the morning. I had 15 paintings, and 3 of which I was still finishing up, and I had frames to do for all of them. So I was opening a gallery, stripping the glue off the floor while I was finishing a 15-piece show that I've been working on for about 3 months.
Oh my
That
gosh.
featured 13 business owners, and I had a huge opening where I was expecting literally 250 people in like 4 days.
Wow.
Okay. So it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm swollen. My diet's off. I look like crap. I'm completely covered in glue.
Wow.
A mess. I've got a ring around my eyes I look like hell. This is like any self-respecting woman would not leave the house looking this way. Okay. But I am looking like hell. It's 3 o'clock in the morning or so. I'm out in front of the gallery. I pull out my phone and I go, you want to know what entrepreneurism looks like? This is what it looks like. This is me at 3 o'clock in the morning, stripping the glue off, and I just give them a thing. And I had Band-Aids over every finger. I had just gotten a splinter in one of my fingers, which I had to get hand surgery on. It was $18,000 hand surgery over this.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. The show only made 12 grand, but the splinter surgery was 18 grand. Now, fortunately, I had really great insurance at that time, but I had my arm strapped down, right?
Yeah.
And I remember being in Basha's, like, I don't know, a couple months later, and a little old lady who I literally could not have picked out from a lineup walked up to me and said, honey, I saw your video. How's your hand doing?
No way.
Mm-hmm. I don't know her. She wasn't on my friend list. I don't think had ever been in my gallery. She was a cute little 4 foot tall, gray haired, carefree chick. And I was like, wow, that's when I realized the power of authenticity and sharing live on any platform. So I think personality, and of course, like my relentless personality, right? I just refuse to give up. Damn it. I just absolutely refuse to give up until I get where I'm going. That's that's my personality. So people get to see it. So I think that we've got 4 really awesome videos because we're trying to stay on track, and we're at 7:30. So the one is your introductory video for authenticity.
Yep.
Number 2 is a how-to video to create authority. Number 3 is a product video that doesn't have hard selling, that educates and about how your features solve a problem. And 4 is a personal video where you show people what a nut job you are.
Boom. Exactly.
Or nerd, or whatever the heck you are, or just whatever your personality is, be authentic.
Yeah, and so this is more what I would do if you're a business owner out there and you're like, okay, like let's do this. I would create 4 columns and just start listing and just sit down, take 15 minutes and just without stopping, top of mind, ideas that come through, and you just call them out, and then that way you can flush them out and be like, okay, I can do this, and just go from there.
It's another great point to end at. Don't overcomplicate this shit, people. Let me tell you, 15 minutes, top of mind, get it out there, and then execute. Okay. Yeah. We're figuring out what we're going to name this thing that we're coming up with, Brandy and Scott and I, and we're kind of tossed around a couple different names. We're staying under the Relentless Talk Radio brand, but we've tossed out 3 different names. We're going to pick one and go with it. If we have to change it later, fine. But right now, being able to move quick and get boots on the ground and get running is what you need to do. So don't overthink stuff. If it's not right, you'll fix it later. Yeah. And that will be part of your process. Like, don't overthink this. 4 columns. Authenticity, intro, authority, how-to, product video, and personality. Just put 4 things in there. Say what day you're going to do each video. Pick out your dang phone, like I just did a couple minutes ago, and make the video. Don't overthink it. And save it somewhere where you can find it later, so that if you decide to hire someone like Scotty to do a video production for you, or you decide to get more advanced yourself, you've got snips that you can use later for evergreen videos. Evergreen videos are short introductory things that you can use for social, that pull in a bunch of different stuff. It's like your trailer for your movie.
Yeah.
So guess what? It's 7:32. We're getting better.
Awesome. No, we are absolutely getting better. And so I hope that for those folks out there, you find this helpful. That's my biggest, that's our mission here, is to make sure we give you information that's going to be helpful, that you can act on. If there's I don't know if there's a way to share my contact info, but I'm happy to answer any questions for any folks out there. that if you have anything come up along the way, let you know. I would be happy to answer.
Well, what people can do is they can go to meetwithmick.com, which I am putting out here, and you can get a free consultation with Scotty and I, and or Brandy, and that's a free half an hour, 20-minute, 40-minute, depending upon which one you want to do. Go ahead and book a free consultation with us and for the video lab, and we'll talk about what your needs and pain and problems are, and how potentially Relentless Talk Radio and Scotty Yang videography can solve your problem.
Awesome.
So that's it. So we'll be back. We'll be back in a couple weeks, and the topic that we're going to be covering in a couple weeks, I'm looking here on our little Trello board, is why are animated examiner videos so expensive? And I have to even learn a little bit more about what animator explainer videos are. So
all right,
we'll talk about
they're very big right now. They're being done quite a bit these days, and it's not cheap to make one. So
all right, so let's talk about it next week. All right, guys. So that's it for the video lab. Yay, we're out. Kiss that baby, Scotty. And I want you to bring the baby on so people can see that little pile of pink that you brought into the world. Little cute.
I will. Maybe I'll do that for the next show.
Yeah, she's so good. She just hangs out and just hangs out with the dad, right?
He's so adorable.
All right, see you next week, brother. Take care.
All right, take care, guys.
All right, guys. So that is the end of episode 4 for the video lab. Come again. We are on the second and fourth Thursday of the month at 7 o'clock in the morning. You can always reach us here via replay at any time, or you can go to youtube.relentless talk radio to see all of the Relentless Talk Radio's episodes, or specifically the video lab.relentlesstalkradio.com will also send you to the YouTubes on the Relentless Talk Radio YouTube channel. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good day.